Hello world! WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So, I waited for a bit before starting this episode, pretty much just from the other episode. Yeah, I'm lazy, shut up. And I noticed that we have an Imperial Princess. Looking at it, though, is quite interesting. It's purebred Imperial, which is good. So that's quite good, and it seems 21 generations in captivity. That's quite interesting. So, this one obviously produces royal jelly and this nice stuff over here. Now, let's get this bee back so that we're not a complete pain in the arse. As you can see, it's purebred, and pretty much most of the aspects are good. So, it has 4 offspring. We're going to want to change that eventually. This one has 4 offspring as well, this noble bee that we got from it. But then there's this noble imperial one, which has only 2 offspring, but it has noble imperial, meaning that it'll be a shorter process to get to purebred imperial. Now what I'm thinking of doing is breeding it with this noble one, so we can get, even though it will end up as an imperial noble hybrid, will be able to get the 4 fertility and thus have an easier time to get it all the way up to imperial. So let's do that and wait for that to take effect. It's a shorter life, so it shouldn't take too long, though it'll take longer than the other ones that we have currently working. Now if we look over here for the industrious stuff, it's not as happy of a tune, though this one seems good. Let's get rid of some of our stuff so that we're not complete annoyance. Okay, this majestic noble we probably won't need. Let's throw those away and check what these are. And actually get the other drones. So, we have an industrious princess, and it's industrious and diligent. So that's pretty much the same as normal. This is diligent and industrious, so we pretty much have 2 good princesses. And they're both fast, so that's good, and there's no other needed information in those. Now the main thing are these drones. We have industrious diligent here, but it's fast and slower. That's not going to be a good one. We have purebred diligent, probably not good. Purebred diligent again, and then industrious, which is fast, and it's purebred industrious. Wow, that's actually good. So what I'm thinking we'll do is breed together these 2 bees, get the other riffraff out of the way. So breed those 2 together, this purebred and the half-breed. We should be able to get it a bit better. Get those 2 in. Or in fact, let's put them in the other area. Let's just breed them and then put it in the other one because this has the pollen in it already. And then we have this one where we're going to do the diligent industrious. But this other industrious drone, it's slower. And these other ones, unfortunately, are bad. So we have diligent industrious. So what I think we should do is take an unweary drone. So do we have an unweary? Well, we have an unweary diligent, which is almost fully unweary. So what we probably should do, we don't really have anything otherwise. So probably the best bet is to take this one that's fast and slower, but has more likelihood of getting it around. It's fast and slower, so there's a possibility that we'll get slower in it, but there's a better chance of getting it to industrious. That being said, if this works out, we'll get a purebred industrious. So either way, it'll work out in the end, but it'll just take a bit of time to get there. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is actually just drill into the underground so I can get a nice area for us to work with later, maybe get it so that we can get to the point of automation of said area. So while I'm waiting for this bee stuff, I'll just dig out the area, see if we get anything worthwhile, which is unlikely down here. And then I'll see you topside in a few minutes. Or a few seconds in your case. That's not good. I somehow managed to lose place of that, what is it, my other diligent drone. For some reason, my diligent princess has completely vanished. Maybe it was because I closed the game while it had a full inventory, thus it couldn't send it into the inventory, or maybe there's no way for it to save the inventory that it has when that happens. Either case, I'm probably going to have to breed in another diligent. So we'll have to take our Meadows princess here and start breeding it in so we get a diligent again. That's going to take a bit of effort, so let's just take all of the diligents that we have right now, and we can no longer indicate that this is a pure diligent area. So let's just throw all these diligents in. We know that they're good. But we're going to have to breed back a diligent. Though we don't really necessarily need one. We'll just do it for fun because we don't really have much else to do. And we'll keep that as is because I don't think I want to lose another one. Just in case. Well, perhaps someone could mention it to Sir Sengir that there's an issue with them. Though it's such a small thing since most of it's automated anyways. And I guess that would be the case, but if anyone knows them, like a mod developer or anything, though I don't think it's likely anyone famous would be watching these, just maybe give it a shout for Sir Sengir and see if there's anything that can be resolved on his end. Anywho, let's go back to our Imperial. We seem to have a good Imperial Princess, which has 4, and it's fast, shorter, it's an Imperial and Noble. And we have Imperial Noble as well here. And this also Imperial and Noble, but it has 4. All of them have 4. Except this one. But it has Beatific, whatever that means. So there's a 50% chance that we can get Beatific again. But what we're going to do is put this in with this one. Is it this one? Let's check. Yeah, put it in with this one since it'll have a 100% chance of the offspring to give 4 drones. But what that means is we're going to have to clear out this honeycomb. The dripping comb can stay, but we need 5 locations once this thing is done. So we'll throw that in so that it can get centrifuged. Let's take this out and clear the rest of the inventory and then just... place it in like that. There we go. So we're almost done our Imperial line. Once that's done, we can start automating the entire thing and get it a bit better. Hopefully we don't get some comb from that. Though, well, worst comes to worst, we lose our Imperial Princess. Which would suck, honestly, so I'm not sure what countermeasure we can do for that. Maybe not have it a 4 offspring thing? Maybe? Perhaps? I don't know. I do not know. But let's try to tidy up downstairs, see if we can get a bit more light here, drill away a bit more excess, and get everything nice and tidy. Okay, let's get back into the swing of things. We got our Industrious over here. Doesn't seem like it got too far, though. Ooh, purebred Industrious. That's good. Now we have a Diligent Industrious, not too shabby. Normal Life Fast Worker, and this is purebred Diligent. We should probably see what this gives as well, because this seems like it's the best bet. Purebred Industrious, shortened life instead of the normal life of the other. So that just, we'll see. What are the others? Industrious, purebred, so we got a purebred Industrious, shortened, and normal. And here, we might as well put it in the right slot, Industrious, shortened, and normal. So that means we pretty much have purebred Industrious right now. All we have to do is combine them once more and get them into completely purebred instead of like the normal or short life. And then these working industrious will become pure industrious and will be done with these two. Now this working industrious is actually going to be our unweary one. If we look, this is pure unweary now. And this is unweary and diligent. But it's a normal, it has a normal in it, which I'm not too fond of. But it's unweary, diligent. We can combine these two together. Wait, let's see. Which one's preferable? This one we don't want. This we can go with. This we can go with as well. And this we don't want. So we'll combine one of these. And perhaps we'll get a purebred unweary through this. Now let's sort our inventory. Our bees are good. Okay, now this is the interesting part. And the fact that it didn't put it all in one location is annoying. Okay, this is gonna be a bit annoying. But it's gonna be easier because of it. So let's see. This is Noble and Imperial. Beatific. That's good. This is Noble and Imperial. Again, no Beatific. Whatever Beatific is, this is Imperial Noble. And they all have the same stats, except which one's dominant, pretty much. And none of the others have Beatific, so it pretty much is not really, doesn't really matter which one we choose. So let's go with this one. And we'll have many other chances with all of these half-breeds that we have. So let's get rid of the non-half-breeds. We still had an Imperial drone. We had a full Imperial drone here. We should have gone with this. Well, at least we can do that after the fact. So maybe next time when we get that done, we'll be a little more scientific about the whole affair, but whatever. So let's get this, and we'll at least have some more time to expand our cavern, though we do have some royal jelly with us, which is good. Oops, I should not collect those. That's bad of me. Sigh. Back! No! Why did you have to collect it? There! Fudge. Obviously, we need to get one of those pipes. Let's go to our base, because I'm sure we do have one of those pipes that come... The void pipe. Yes, the void pipe is what we need. And I had a ladder over there the entire time. So what I should have been doing, if I was smart, instead of putting on my jetpack and wasting energy like I'm doing right now, stop doing that. I could have just went up the ladder and made it a little easier. Okay, so we have some honeydew here, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm so absent-minded. Ah, yes, the void pipe. Void pipe. Void pipe. Do we even have a void pipe with us? Let's search. Not void, void. Nothing there. Nothing there. No. No. Okay, it must be in one of the chests that we have over there. Yes, here we go. Okay, we got the void pipe. And we'll only need one of them to work with, and we'll get everything voided. So all those bees that we don't want will just void, and we'll won't have to worry about picking them up after the fact each and every single time we want to come down here. So there we go. We got them voided. Those will eventually shove off. And let's dig a bit before, or let's actually use our ladder. Let's dig a bit until we get everything else that we can. Okay, so we have 6 other Arctic gates. We're going to need to get more eventually. Well, quite obviously, but I've just arranged the same contraption as I had before. If we look, it's pretty much the same, just alternating stone and cobblestone pipes, with all of the apiarist pipes set the same way, and the iron pipes going down towards the void buffer zone. And I just have a nice light area over there, so mobs shouldn't spawn we should probably go away for a while, then come back and see how it happens, but whatever. I think we'll just take some of this and get everything else thrown into those, and then we can figure out everything else. Okay, was it over here or was it over here? It doesn't really matter. Let's just put our Arctic gates on. And obviously not all of these are ready to be automized. This diligent one is, though, so what we can do is just get a few frames. And then, let's see, is it diligent? No, not that one. This diligent. So this pure diligent we'll throw in. We'll turn it on, in a sense, and get that. So we'll just want that all to start breeding. Everything else will be good. It'll take a while to get everything working, but we'll see how it goes. And all the bees are just getting shot off into the Merry Blue yonder, and some of them will still go in. There will be another bee here, but it doesn't really matter. Now these working industrials seem to be almost complete, so we just have to check on whether it's purebred. So this is a shortened purebred. This is shortened and normal. And this is purebred shortened. So this one is complete. So all we have to do is ritualistically take that, put this done, and put pure industrious. Not industrial, because apparently I am too noob. And now we'll have this automatically going as well, but we are going to once again need 3 frames. Get all that out, and once we have everything done, we'll be able to get everything else. So this is items and this is any bees. So we'll have to wait to see all of the other items get casually ejected, of course. But let's make sure none of the other stuff goes. Good, it went the correct direction. So for now, we got everything going at 100% speed. Well, not really 100% speed and not really everything, but we will be able to get a nice plentiful pollen supply. That's diligent, okay. Phew, that scared me for a second. We'll get a plentiful pollen supply, and we'll get all the other combs. Now, where did our pollen go? There it is. Okay, I was just a little, scared that, we might have been in for a very rude awakening. Now let's see what this industrious. This is a normal lifetime. And this is normal as well. Let's see what this is just for fun. This is not, so we'll throw this in as well. That'll be done. That'll be a pure industrious. Okay, so we got that pure industrious, and all that's left to do is to once again turn this on. So let's turn it on. It'll be good. It'll be, well, on. So we have 1 on, 2 on, 3 on. Now what we're going to want to do is not have the unweary one here, but we're going to want to have one of our Imperials once we have it complete. So speaking of which, let's get ourselves ready to check the next batch of Imperials. So we're going to need another slot free. So let's get this out of the way and check our Imperials. And there we go. So what do we have here? We have pure noble, but it has the beatific, whatever that is. This has the beatific effect as well, but it's imperial and noble. This is pure imperial, and it has the beatific. So all of them seem to have beatific. So these two, unless otherwise seen, I'll breed those together. So this is purebred imperial, and this is purebred noble. So we'll go with these two. And what I think I'm going to do is actually move this one. So actually move the apiary. We're going to just take that out of the way. Take this. throw it here, so eventually we'll have it going here instead. So let's throw that on. We're going to need to move the sign. And we're going to put the working industrial. Not industrial, imperial, because there is a difference. Now we're not going to automate it. We're not going to turn on the switch because it's not ready, but we'll still get all the other stuff that will be required. So we are already getting a lot of pollen. And in fact, we have enough room for the other frames for the other industrious. So it's this one, right? Yes, and we need another frame. Throw that in, and we'll have more pollen than we probably need. Now in the meantime, let's not throw... The frames are kind of a show that everything is ready, so I don't think we'll throw them in for the other one. Okay, there we go. Now, while we're waiting for the other stuff to get ready, I think it's about high time that we actually, well, throw most of these bees away. These meadows we don't need. Meadows and meadows. And most of this stuff is pretty much obsolete in my eyes, so I think we should probably get another chest to hold it, or we can just throw it in here. So all of these other excess bees, for now we'll put in here. We can probably find a better use for them in the future, but whatever. So let's actually go and get our industrial craft stuff a bit more industrialized. We're actually getting more industrial with the bees than we are with industrial craft. Oh my. Okay, here we go. Let's grab our supplies and then see if we can actually manage to get everything a bit better with our industrial craft stuff. For instance, the solar panel might be necessary. So one of the main things we're going to want to do right now with industrial craft is actually upgrade our solar panel, one of them at least, so that we can get a bit higher in the solar paneling, if that is a word. If it isn't, too bad, I'm using it. Okay, so we got the lapis block. That's easy enough to procure, so I think we're also going to need some more carbon plates, so just a stack of carbon shall be easy enough. So let's quickly macerate that stuff. We're also going to want to compress some more refined uranium right there, but we're also going to want to refine our iridium. We have enough glowstone dust, I think, for all the other stuff. We have 57, though some more won't go unneeded. So let's quickly get some of that, and also let's quickly make some of those mixed metal ingots, because we are going to want to get a few of those plates. Not sure how many we're going to need, so I think 16 in the rolling machine will be sufficient. So we got 14 of those mixed metal ingots, a little less than the amount I stated previously, but hey, what are you going to do? Didn't have enough of the refined iron to be able to do that. So, speaking of which, probably a good idea to refine some iron. Also, this coal dust we're going to want to refine a bit as well to make the carbon plates. That will be going with everything. So let's see, hybrid solar panels. It'll require the iridium plates, which we have, enriched sonarium. So 35 glowstone dust. That's easy enough, and we only need 2 of these. So let's get our 2 circuits. That's what it is. 2 circuits. We're going to need to get our refined iron to be able to make the circuits. Derp. But we'll get it all put together. So 2 of these. And we have the glowstone required as well, thankfully. Redstone over here, and our lapis. And okay, so now what we're going to need to do is get our iridium plates. So using the remaining of our iridium and using most of our advanced alloy, we'll get the 2 iridium plates. And we're going to now need to get the Sunarium. The Sunarium is going to be our most expensive, requiring most of our UU matter supply. So 6 of it are UU matter. So this... Wait a second. Snowballs. Yes, I'm going to use 3 UU matter to make snowballs. Okay. Glad that we got that straightened out. Now that we have that, though, we're going to need 8 of these. So let's get our 8 together. So 8 irradiant ingots. Yes. Wait. Irradiant uranium. I cannot pronounce this, okay? Irradiant uranium. There, I pronounced it. Happy? Okay, so we got that. And we got that, so now we just need to get our carbon plates and one of these. So let's go with the backmost, like that. And assuming we actually have some room, 1 piece of dirt, probably not worth it. We'll combine everything together. So lapis block, an advanced solar panel, enriched Sunarium, 2 iridium plates, 2 carbon plates, and 2 advanced circuits makes our very first hybrid solar panel. This will output 64 EU per tick. So we have 1,000,000 EU in our MFSU, and it'll climb rather quickly. It's the equivalent of 8 of these solar panels. Even though it's costly as heck, at least we have it now, and the only upgrade afterwards is the ultimate hybrid solar panel, which will just take enriched Sunarium is one of the options. We can take one of our advanced solar panels and convert it using enriched Sunarium alloy, which requires 4 of these enriched Sunarium and a Sunarium alloy, which requires Sunarium again and 8 plates. So you're still using the plates, but the cost is pretty much reduced just by the fact that you don't have to use this, though it is a heck of a lot of UU matter. So speaking of which, we'll hook this back up again, and I'll start outputting it to our matter fabricator, and we'll get a bit more of our matter and fabricate it. Now another thing that we have been doing lately, let's just take all of the ores from here, or not ores, the ingots, the refined ingots. What we have been doing lately is taking a bunch of our iron and converting into steel. We've still been doing that. So let's just take our next bit of coal coke, just throw it in, and I think another thing that we can do is take the coal coke here, throw it in a chest to use later. I think in here, and all of this stuff is kind of useless, so we can probably void all of that easily. Okay, and all of our steel, we should bring it together and actually throw it in our single chest over here, so we get everything a bit more organized than we had it before. So all of our ingots we'll just throw into here, and we got quite a bit of ingots, but could be more, obviously. A lot of things could be more, but we got a lot more than we began with. Let's just say that, especially in our diamond category, and the fact that we actually have a surplus of diamonds. Okay, so looking here, we got our nice little Imperial Princess over here. So let's see what we're given. We're given pure Imperial. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any effect, which I guess we can live with that for now. And this is pure Imperial as well, so unless there's anything amazing, this is pretty amazing. The beatific is something that we're going to want to try to breed in, and that's going to take a bit of effort. So let's see what this is. And this is pure beatific anyways, so we'll still have a purebred Imperial, but it's just going to be a little different. We're going to try to get that beatific effect. Even though I have no idea what it is, it's going to be good to at least see how well it is. Now let's see how our diligent is actually going. It seems that we've actually got this diligent almost to the point where it's, well, 100%. And this is fast and slowest, which we do not want. And this is fast and slowest, but this is shortest. So we'll combine these two together, and our diligent is almost repopularized. Pure industrious still working, pure diligent. Now our working industrious, which we're probably going to move its location since we already have enough of that. Unweary and diligent, not what we want. Unweary diligent once again. And unweary diligent. I have no idea what's with these, but well, let's throw them together. We got a lot of stringy combs, so we might as well just steal those away. Throw them in, and we'll get those working. Now our pure majestic is still going strong, as well as our pure noble. Pure noble, better than Chernobyl, I like to say. So, and we also have our pure steadfast, so eventually we'll want to get our other bees working, but we're still going to need more acarctic gates, which means we'll need to either find a bunch of endermen, or I could go lich tower hunting, which should be easy enough. I might be able to bring back some goodies or compile something that'll show, hey, I got a lot of lich kings, la 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 la, or something like that. So let's see, we got two pure industrious working right now. We got a working industrious that's just unweary. The pure diligent is working, so with all of that, as well as this working diligent, we pretty much have enough stringy combs to go around. Though we definitely have more honeycombs, but we do have a lot of pollen. What we're still waiting for is to get our imperial to work at 100%, which it seems like it's almost at that point, but we're still going to want to get another imperial. So probably what we should do is find another queen once we get everything all said and done, and give it an imperial. So maybe we can put page 3 as our special page, such as we work on getting a bunch of the industrious drones and some of the queens and such like that. Let's wait and see. Now, an interesting thing that I just learned is if we take the propolis, so let's change it. So putting the propolis in instead, and we might as well just fill this up with the remaining stuff. We'll put this here. For stuff, we actually get sticky resin by centrifuging propolis, which is, well, very good. So sticky resin is going to be useful in a lot of stuff. So if we look at sticky resin, I think there are other things that we can do with sticky resin. Okay, that's how we create it, but we can either just go for the rubber, we can go for sticky dynamite, which I don't think there's much reason. We can get some plant balls using that, and well, let's just say it's an alternative than going, instead of just going to those rubber trees. So in fact, we probably won't need those rubber trees ever again. We can just use the propolis at whim for the centrifuge. That is definitely good. So our working diligent is almost completely fabricated, so we just need a bit more work for that to take effect. What I'm thinking we're going to need to do is I don't know what that means, but let's deactivate these for a second. So our pure industrious we're deactivating, so we can start procuring some of their drones, because we'll want to be able to make some more of the drones later on. These will be the very good industrious bees that we will need later on, so no point. And also we're going to do the same when we finally get a good imperial queen. It's still going to take a few goes for that, but at least we'll be able to get a large amount of resources because of it. Now, even though it's been going for a long time, we still only got 29 pollen, so we're still going to need to work on that. Hey, look, more pollen. Who would have thought it? Okay, so let's wait, try to get another, at least some bees. Maybe we can breed in some more Imperial eventually, such as that. Okay, let's see what type of stuff we got with this Imperial branch. So, we got the beatific, so we're going to use that. And we got the beatific for this as well. And I'm sure that all of these have the beatific effect. Now, all that we're going to need to do is get it so that we can get all of it as the beatific effect. So we're going to have to put these in again, continue working at them. They're all the same, so it doesn't matter. But what it does mean is that we can just put these Imperials in for now because they're pretty purebred, but we're just going to try to work in the beatific effect a bit more. Now, as you saw a few episodes ago, the process to actually get another, say, noble out of the lot would be to find some random queen in the world and then just use some awesomeness provided with some ingenuity to get all of the let's explain ourselves with words. How about that way? Basically, find a princess of some sort of random amount and then just work in the traits. It's best with queens that would give more than one, but we'll have to work at this. Now, I think we'll do one more of the working diligent and probably wait for one more of the industrious. We still got a slow in this. And this is fast, so I don't see why that didn't manage. And we're missing some honey. So let's just throw that in, gather some more honey, because we're gonna need it, honey. And just grab this, put it in, and then we'll be able to analyze the other bee. Let's see, is this even worth it? Yeah, it is. It'll be worth it later on, but we just have to wait for the later on Okay, I think this is the last time we're going to look at the Imperial for now before hooking it up. Well, I'm going to work on it a bit more to try to get the beatific effect. I'm not too sure what it is, but that's kind of half of the charm of it, and the fact that I have no clue whatsoever what it is. And obviously it is not willing to enlighten me at all, seeing as all of these are pretty much giving me the same. Now, I did put some frames in it. The working diligent is finally working and is pretty much given the title of a pure diligent. So pure diligent, and we'll have that working and it's on. Now we're still going to have to wait for the Imperial to be totally on before we can get this thing totally on, but I think we can probably work on getting everything crated before anything serious like that happens. Maybe build a railcraft tank, since we should have enough iron to do so, considering that we have our little machine over there working at full steam, though it doesn't really make that much iron. If I can convert the gold into iron, the gold that I have right now into iron, that'd probably be a lot more worthwhile. So let's see. I think we got all the queens that we need. Sorry, the princesses that we need for our industrious. 2 will be fine for now. We can obviously just turn off the machine if we need to do anything else too worrisome. But I think we're good for now. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.